And because why not? Since I already did one on the Rafi StealthCom, let's talk communicators for a little bit. I've got a few of them. I've also got one of the original Playmates ones from the early 90s in my collection elsewhere, just not on the shelf here with the prop replicas. Now, here's my Strange New Worlds stunt version. The reason why I call this a stunt version, despite the fact it looks good from this angle, this is what happens when I'm building a kit and I lose my temper with the kit not being able to sit true, and I just end up not exactly doing it to proper spec. As you can see, I really messed that up pretty badly, but still, this will be handy for cosplay for, where I'm not too worried about it falling or getting broken or anything, or for, filming and photo shoots and stuff like that, because it's already messed up. What am I going to worry about here? But that was my attempt at that kit. Here we have a 1990s, late 1980s convention special, Star Trek 3 Klingon Communicator. Now, this is cast off of a Richard Coyle original, and the reason why we can tell it's cast off, reason number one, the shaver head on the coils are actual shaver heads. This is cast as part of it. And secondly, Mr. Coyle did not use cut aluminum pieces for the fins. Yep. Star Trek Las Vegas. Still works. This is one of the early ones that actually has the metal flip lid. Now, you can hear it grinding. I've put so much body insulation inside this thing to quiet the motor down. I used open cell and closed cell foam to line almost the entirety of the interior to try and cut down the amount of noises this thing makes. And I've cut it down probably by 80%. One of a kind. Wood body and then urethane covered. Star Trek 6 stunt version. Metal lid. These next two are custom communicators originally designed by St. Louis Kid. I've featured these in previous videos. I'm making a mess of my shelf. Also St. Louis Kid, but this one I had a metal flip lid made. The lid is actually a bit on the heavy side. And the nice part about these kits is since they are custom and unofficial, you can assemble the interior and paint the body any way you want. And this is the route I decided to take with mine. Next up, also from the 1990s, one of Aaron Mack's Star Trek 3 Communicator kits. This is one of the first prop kits that I built myself. And to this day, I pick this up at least once every few months and think to myself, I really should take this apart, clean it up, and use the skills that I've gained over the last few decades and put this thing back together so that way it looks proper. I never did the white on top. This is supposed to be silver. The paint's coming off. There's glue marks. But still, this wonderful piece of history, honestly, for ages, this was my favorite communicator design. The slimline appearance and everything else just was absolutely beautiful and enjoyable. Another St. Louis Kid design here, one of his phasers. Another phaser. Now, Strange New Worlds. This is what happens when a kit is built properly. I didn't build this one, obviously. This was done by a professional friend of mine, Kevin, and he did a fantastic job of making sure everything was right. Now, as you can see, this has one of the original series wavy line patterns of one of the other communicators. That was on purpose. I found the different designs from the original 12 and decided I really like the whole wavy line look of one of the statics. So when I had them built, instead of using the pattern of the moire that's used on Strange New Worlds, I went for this one just so that way I can prove this one's mine. course, now that I've shown everybody, I'm sure somebody will copy it in no time at all. Bluetooth communicator works perfectly. In fact, I still use it from time to time. And, well, if you just came from the previous video upload this morning, you'll recognize Rafi's Stealth Com. Almost forgot. Star Trek the Motion Picture wrist communicator. Done up to look like one of the stunt versions. Minimal details. Not like the close-ups that actually had more on them. But there you go. Just because. Communicators, and more communicators.